Well, good morning to my friends on YouTube and welcome back to the day after my adventure to Mpigi and return. I hope you enjoyed the two last episodes, especially quite an adventure on the way back. Anyway, what we're going to do this morning is assess the bike and do what is necessary. So as you can see from yesterday's ride, we've got a lot of hard-baked clay soil on the bike. Although it was dusty, and you can tell that from the wheels, the wheel rims, places like the exhaust, they need a bit of a jet wash. And also as well, I remember the first time I did that ride, I came back to find that a lot of the bolts on the bike had worked loose. So I think what's best this morning is once I've given it a wash, I'm going to go around with socket set, spanners, and just assess if there was any loose bolts or not. A lot of what I've done here is actually put spring washers in here, spring washers in here. There's a lot of vibrations on the road, and I noticed when I got the bike from new, the bolts were loosening quite easily, so a few spring washers around is not a bad thing. So with regards to the incident I had with the Osmo Action 5, the handlebar camera, I didn't want to risk putting it back on the bike unless I was sure and confident that it would stay on again. So I left the camera off and did an assessment when I got back. So here it is. It survived. There is no damage to the lens, no damage to the front screen, and no damage to the rear screen. If I switch it on, yep, it's coming on DJI, and it managed to download all of the files, including the point where it fell off and there was a big view of the sky. But yeah, no problems at all with that. Now let me just show you the damage. So the only damage was to the protective outer casing here. I don't know whether you can see that or not. So well done DJI, you did a good job with this protective casing. Okay, 50-50 chance it would have worked or not, but on this occasion it saved the camera. It saved £400 if you like. So let me show you what I've done to give me a little bit more confidence on using the camera again. If I hit a bump, for example, knowing that it's going to have that little bit of extra safety feature. Let me show you now. Of course, the worst thing about that incident yesterday is that the camera came off the mount and fell on the floor. Now, I was lucky that the road was empty at the time and was able to go and retrieve it immediately, emergency stop, and within a few seconds I retrieved the camera from the floor. Now, when I got home and I looked at the situation, of course the best thing to do with these things is to not allow the camera to get to the floor in the first place. So here's my idea. I don't know whether any of you have or used to own small pocket cameras that used to have a thread-in wrist strap band that you put around your wrist. Well, I managed to find one. This one was from a sports cup, and what I've done, I've tied the small end that you thread through the cup into the bottom of the action camera there, and so that means then that I can basically plug it into the action camera, which I've wrapped around just above the ball line there. Let's clip that on. So here it is, the safety feature. So if anything happened to the camera, okay, it might damage a little bit of the motorbike, but it's not going to fall on the floor. And it could, that piece of handle, if you like, simple idea, could save me £400. Just something worth thinking about. Hopefully that will be a lesson to me and maybe a few ideas for you in the meantime. Anyway, let's get on with washing the bike and then checking it over after for loose bolts. Certainly my riding jacket suffered a little bit with the red soil yesterday, so I'm going to be taking the protective pads at the elbows and shoulders and popping that in the washing machine this afternoon as well. My trusty Karcher jet washer. Now they say you shouldn't really jet wash motorbikes, but on occasions like this, there's not much else you can do. So that's a little bit better. Half an hour in the sun. Quick wipe down with a towel and that should be fine. All my friends in UK now who are prepping their bikes up for winter and hooking them up to the electric so the battery don't go flat. I'm feeling for you now if your riding season's over. Of course here in Uganda the only season we have are the wet season and the dry season. So now it's just time to go around quickly checking a few vulnerable areas of the bike to make sure that all of those vibrations from the road surface didn't loosen any bolts or Allen key connections, things like that. So here we go. I think these should be fine now because I put in spring washers. Yep, a little bit more on that one. That's fine. Yeah, I had one area here that the number plate nearly came off once because of some old bolts that weren't in properly, so I've put some new Allen key type ones there. But those connections are fine. Yeah, these are good. Yeah. Oh, here's another modification I did to the bike. When I bought it, the chain adjusters had one bolt and a spring washer. And I was thinking to myself, there's no way that that's going to stay in place. So what I did, I put the double nut there so that I can lock the nuts together far better than one bolt and a spring washer, in my opinion. So that's the checks done. No loose bolts. The improvements I made a year ago with the extra spring washers, etc., have done their job this time. It's interesting because actually if you go on to Simba Automotive and their website, you'll see that the 125X is specifically designed for Uganda government ministers in order that they can travel around from village to village in typical roads like I was travelling on between Entebbe and Mpigi. So it was good to see that the bike survived. Not so much the camera, but we've talked about that already and the way we can fix that and make sure that at least I have a little bit more confidence the next time I take it out on roads which are not as smooth as tarmac. So thanks for watching. A review this time, but we'll get back on the road for some more brass birdie adventures. If you've liked this video, then press the like button, and if you're not a subscriber, you are always welcome to join. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.